Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about unfortunate love. Rishi and Lakshmi finally get married and Lakshmi joins the Oberoi family and they did Lakshmi's Grab Peresh and they welcome her into the house. So let's continue from there. After Rishi and Lakshmi's wedding ceremony, Rishi goes out of the room and throws the decoration stuff on the floor and also his chain. He comes to the terrace and sees Mr. Oberoi standing there. Mr. Oberoi sees Rishi. Rishi serves wine for himself and drinks. Mr. Oberoi says, Rishi, you are drinking. Rishi says, you are asking me as if you don't know that I drink. Mr. Oberoi says, I know, and says that just now you got married. And Lakshmi? Rishi says, what do I do? I have to drink to bear that girl, referring to Lakshmi, and says Lakshmi is in my room. Mr. Oberoi asks Rishi that what about the alcohol smell? Rishi says he will use mouth fresher to get rid of the smell. He then smoke. Mr. Oberoi says, Rishi says I became sweet and I haven't drank since few days. He says I am very angry. That girl Lakshmi is on my bed and I am very angry. Lakshmi thinks of Shalu telling her about the wedding night and says if mother would have been here, then she would have made you understand. Shalu asks Lakshmi not to be upset with her brother-in-law if he comes near her. The flashback ends. Lakshmi thinks that maybe Rishi got upset because I told him about the day that I doubt him. Rishi tells Mr. Oberoi that he cannot stand Lakshmi. He says I lied to Lakshmi that I don't drink to impress her and I offered her drink in the party and her look was to see. I cannot stand her. Lakshmi comes out of the room and picks up the showpiece that are on the floor. Rishi tells Mr. Oberoi that thank you dad for arranging for non-alcoholic drink and that is how he fooled Lakshmi. He says I don't know how I can live with her in the room with her typical mentality. Rishi says I cannot bear Lakshmi anymore and I will tell her the truth. He says he is feeling suffocated. Mr. Oberoi stops Rishi and says just now you got married and says this marriage is important for me and you don't have to do anything. Lakshmi comes there and sees cigarette in Rishi's hand. Rishi says it is good that you came here and says I was coming to you to tell you the truth. Mr. Oberoi tried to stop Rishi from talking. Rishi says I feel suffocated and I cannot hide the truth anymore. He says I lied to you that nobody drinks at our home. He says but dad drinks and he even smoke. He says I told dad many times but he did not leave this habit and says you can try and talk to him. Lakshmi owed Mr. Oberoi's hand and says cigarette is not good for your health and actually it is very bad. Mr. Oberoi says I was in tension and that is why I have it. He says it is allowed in our family. Lakshmi says it is not allowed in our family. Mr. Oberoi says you should solve your problem and this thing will make you weak. Lakshmi asks Mr. Oberoi to promise her that he will never drink. He says he will try. Rishi says you never listen to me, but you listen to her. Mr. Oberoi says she is the Lakshmi of the house. A song plays in the background. Mr. Oberoi asks them to go and rest. Lakshmi goes. Rishi tells Mr. Oberoi that I cannot bear Lakshmi for a moment. How can I live with her? He eats cardamom and says that the smell of the alcohol will not come out. Mr. Oberoi drinks and says that is for what I am worried. Rishi and Lakshmi comes to the room. Rishi tells Lakshmi that dad has gifted you phone and says that he will give her his number so that she doesn't catch her when he is busy in meeting with his dad again so she can always call him. He says he forgot to tell her that she is looking beautiful and he touches her cheeks. Lakshmi closes her eyes. Rishi makes a bad face and tells Lakshmi that he has an important work to do now and he goes. Lakshmi thinks that when will Rishi come back? Rishi thinks that he got saved. The next morning, Lakshmi comes to the in-house temple. The priest says Neelam always comes first daily and others comes late, but today you came first, so you should do the aarti. The priest gives Lakshmi the aarti plate. Lakshmi does the aarti. Neelam comes there and then does the aarti. Mr. Oberoi, Grandma, Ayush and others joins them. Karishma comes out of her room. Sonia wakes up and closes the door. Rishi comes there too. Grandma asks Rishi to do the aarti with Lakshmi. Rishi does the aarti with Lakshmi. He gets a call and he goes. Ayush goes to attend to a call. Shalu is on the call with Ayush and she asks Ayush to make her talk to Lakshmi. Ayush says I will call her. He calls Lakshmi and he asks her to talk to Shalu. Ayush gives the phone to Lakshmi. Shalu and Bani are happy to hear Lakshmi's voice. Shalu asks if Lakshmi is feeling alone. Lakshmi says you both called. Now everything is fine. Shalu says she is taking care of Bani. She asks Bani to close her ears and she asks Lakshmi that how was the kiss. what happened last night, and she asks if she lifted knife when Rishi comes close to her. Lakshmi says, what are you talking about? And says you are younger and Bani is there too. Don't talk such things. Shalu asks that why is Lakshmi not normal and says you can talk to me. Lakshmi says I am fine, but this is a new house and sometimes I feel strange. Rano comes there and asks Shalu that who is on the call. Lakshmi insists to talk to Rano. Rano says what is remaining to talk about. She sees Guru Charan there and she thinks to pretend to impress Guru Charan so that he can give them Lakshmi's properties now that Lakshmi is married. Neelam comes to Lakshmi and asks her to invite them for a Mordukai ritual. Lakshmi says okay and says hello. Rano says my tears are not stopping and says her daughter has gone to her in-laws' house. Neelam invites Rano and her family to come to their house for Lakshmi's Mordukai. Rano says, should I come now? Neelam says that there is no need to rush. Neelam gives the phone back to Lakshmi. Grandma asks Lakshmi if she is feeling strange here and says if you do one thing, then everyone will become madly in love with you. Grandma asks Lakshmi to make sweet for everyone and she should make Rishi eat first and then all of us too. Grandma calls Ahana. Ahana takes Lakshmi to the kitchen. Lakshmi goes to the kitchen. The chef greets Lakshmi. Lakshmi looks at the kitchen. Karishma asks Grandma that why did you send Lakshmi to the kitchen and she asks if she wants to have sweet. Grandma says it is a ritual and she asks what is your problem with Lakshmi. Karishma says she knows well. Ahana asks the chef when the breakfast will be ready. He says 30 minutes. Lakshmi says she will make sweet in 30 minutes and she doesn't need anyone's help. Karishma says Virendra and Neelam likes Lakshmi and they got her married to Rishi for their own reasons. Grandma thinks that Karishma can never be happy with anyone. Lakshmi is making sweet in the kitchen. Grandma asks if she knows how to make biniya. Lakshmi says yes and says her mother had asked her to make it in her in-laws' house. Grandma asks Lakshmi to make her taste it. Lakshmi gives Grandma the sweet. Grandma tastes the sweet that Lakshmi is making and she likes it. She says don't tell everyone that I had tasted the sweet already. Lakshmi brings the sweet to everyone. Ayush serves everyone. Everyone likes the sweet. Mr. Oberoi says it is wonderful. Grandma tells Lakshmi that if Neelam likes the sweet, then just know that you would always pass in every exam of your life. Neelam tastes the sweet and says that it is really tasty. Karishma looks on in shock. Ahana asks Karishma to talk. Karishma says everyone has said that it is good, so it is good. Grandma asks Karishma to also say her own. Karishma says okay, it is good. Lakshmi comes to Rishi, but Rishi pretends that he is busy showing something to Ayush. Lakshmi says this. Rishi says I need to go to the office because the work is much and I have to come early for the Moiduka ritual. Neelam tells Rishi that the ceremony is not for you, so you can come at the end. Till then, do your work. Rishi gets up. Lakshmi asks Rishi to have the sweet. Rishi says I don't eat biniya. It has gluten and I avoid it. He goes. Lakshmi gets sad and she is going away from there. Mr. Oberoi tells Lakshmi that if she had told him, then he would have told her that Lakshmi doesn't like biniya because it has gluten. He says it is my mistake and says sorry. Neelam asks sorry for what, and she asks Lakshmi to make sweet of Rishi's choice next time. She asks Lakshmi to go to the room and rest because tonight is the ceremony. Lakshmi goes to the room and thinks that Rishi did not have the sweet. She thinks that father was worried last night and she thinks that Rishi might be worried for the same reasons. She thinks that Rishi has saved his number in my phone and she thinks that he is good. He cannot stay away from her when it comes to night. Neelam knocks on Lakshmi's door. Lakshmi says come in. Neelam comes in and says we have the habit to knock on the door before entering the room. Karishma asks Neelam that why are you giving so many jewelry sets to Lakshmi and says we can give something light to her. Neelam tells Karishma that Lakshmi is their daughter-in-law and everyone should think that she is the best. Lakshmi says she will wear whatever she selects. Neelam selects the necklace for Lakshmi and she goes. Karishma also goes. Grandma asks Lakshmi to have a smile on her face, which she likes the most. Lakshmi thinks that the necklace is heavy, but because mother selected it, then I have to wear it. Grandma tells Karishma that it is clear that she doesn't like Lakshmi and she asks her to love her because she is Rishi's life. Karishma tells Grandma that Lakshmi can make things worse because she is, but before Karishma completes her sentence, Ayush comes there. Karishma asks Ayush to go to Mr. Juneja's party. Ayush says his daughter stares at me, so I don't want to go. Grandma asks Ayush to stay with her. Karishma says you have spoiled him. Grandma scolds Ayush for running away from girls. Ayush says his heart was broken before, but now he is strong. Okay guys, I'm sure you guys will be wondering, why did Rishi pretend to love Lakshmi at first and all of a sudden after the marriage he doesn't love her anymore? Well, he has never even loved her from the beginning. He was only pretending. And why was he pretending? I think I will make a video about that, a separate video, and I will link it in the comment section. Anyway, you guys shall see it if you are subscribed to this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, share it. Thank you.